Hello, everybody. I am Jeremy Todd McCord, and I come to you today from Mammoth Cave National Park. I'm at the Joppa Missionary Church, and my message is about the data centers and what is taking place with those data centers and how they're going to function, how they're going to operate, how they're going to work. Okay, so the data center is a silicon-based center, okay, which is a quartz crystal. We've been at war, frequency war, since 1776, okay? The 250 years is over. It's 2026 now. The frequency war is over. These data centers are going to hold all this stuff that's going on in the air that's making everybody crazy. Okay? The data centers are going to hold all that in a crystal. And they're going to be planted here in Earth, in the limestone, where it's cool. Okay? We have technology that is going to take the water and reuse the water over and over. Heat, cool, heat, cool, heat, cool, heat, cool, okay? That's how this is going to work. So it's not going to be using resources of Mother Earth. It's going to hold the crystal grid on planet Earth. That's what's going to take place. Okay? Because the war is over. I was born October 1976. Okay? I'll be 50 this year. I've spent my life trying to figure out what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, and sensing in this earth, on this earth. The people, the air, the elements, you name it, my body has been picking up on this stuff forever. Okay? I got put in hermit mode for the past several years. Let's just say 8 years, but really 2 here at the end. My father passed away, and when my father passed away, something shifted and changed inside of me. Okay? I went through a process and had an ego death, Kundalini awakening, a walk-in, then finally a twin flame. The summer solstice activated my body this year, okay? Because of the solar cycle 25. This is aligned in our planetary alignment, okay? This is what's going on. This is what's meant to be. We've suffered long enough. And if you look back and you'll see, and you know, that's what they're trying to show you on social media, is that how everybody looked in the 60s and 70s, you know? Everybody's happy, fit. You listen to the words of the music. You listen to the crystal ship. All these things come into play, okay? Mother Earth soaked all that stuff in, right? Okay? Up in the air. And it affected us. Okay? It was making us all confused. We don't know what's going on because we have these frequencies bouncing at us because we're, you know, they bounce. Blah, 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 blah. They're just bouncing all over the place. So all that's over. Finally. It's like, it's so peaceful. Oh my goodness. So peaceful now. It's wonderful. Okay? Everybody's life's about to change. It's wonderful. Tomorrow's the official day, July 4th. Okay? This makes me smile so much because of the whole work that my whole family has done over the centuries. My grandfather owning a lot of the land over there in the Dunbar Cave, St. B area. He owned most of all that land, okay? And then he built all these houses. Then my dad came along in 1952. In 1952 is when the bird cage was happening at Fort Campbell. This is where they stored all the nuclear atomic weapons, okay? And they were stored underground, and Mother Earth, she couldn't handle it, right? You know, that stuff leaked out. It fractured the grid. And so when it fractured our grid, that's when these things were up in the air, right? Okay. Well, now we've stabilized that. Okay. Dad built all these houses. Granddaddy, Dad, Uncle Tony. They built houses in Montgomery County, Davison County, the Dixon area, just all over the Middle Tennessee area right there in the Clarksville and surrounding counties. You know, Stewart County. I mean, my dad traveled a lot and did some houses in certain areas also. And not only that, my father was, he was a master, okay? He was a number 11. He was this big gold. Just my dad was like a chunk of gold, okay? He was the lion, and he was a chunk of gold, and you didn't mess with that man, okay? You didn't mess with him at all, no matter what it was. But he worked his butt off through the week building houses. And then on the weekend, he had a car, and he would show cars. And what that did is it made him travel these roads up and down, up and down, up and down. And he's laying his gold everywhere he goes, okay? That's what he's doing. He's laying gold. Every road he drove. This man drove every road, every back road, every side road. And he could see, no matter what it was, behind a building a car, or it doesn't matter. Side of the road, something on the side road, he sees it, you know. That's how in tune he was with doing his work, because he had to lay this foundation down, right? Okay? So he's building houses in wood, putting his energy in that, putting people in homes, and then he's running the roads, running the land, running the earth, and he's running a golden, he's leaking gold everywhere, okay? That's how you need to imagine that. He's just leaking gold everywhere, okay? I'm an heir. Here comes me. I'm the heir, okay? I'm the weaver. So what I do is I pick up everything in the air. And so what they've had me do, and unconsciously not knowing, right? Okay? But I rode four-wheelers. I walked, hiked. I rode bicycles. I kayaked. Any kind of outdoor activity, I pretty much did. Okay, and with that, what my purpose was there is I was physically running, touching trees, and you know, when you ride four-wheelers, you're going to hit branches, you're going to hit stuff. My body impacted the ground a ton, and it took major abuse. You know, 3 broken collarbones, shattered collarbone, broken pelvis, broken foot. I've broken everything in my body dang near, okay? So that was my job, was to run around, riding that four-wheeler, okay? Hiking, biking. I was a mechanic at first, so I had to learn the car and learn systems. A car has all these different systems, okay? So that's what they put me in, was to learn the system. I didn't have to like know how to do each one of them. Like, I didn't build transmissions, right? But I could change them out all day long, okay? So I knew how systems work. I rebuild engines, fine. Rebuild rear ends, fine. I just didn't touch transmissions. I just never did, okay? Just didn't. And then that time passed. And it was like, I'm not supposed to do this no more. And they sent me to an automotive classroom where I taught students about vehicles. But I really taught them more about systems and life skills than anything else, truthfully. And that's where I started to gain a voice. But during that process, I was a rock, and I started gaining a lot of weight, and I started feeling bad because I wasn't moving like I was supposed to, right? Because I was supposed to be moving. That's the reason I was gaining weight, because I wasn't doing my job, Okay, my purpose. My purpose is to move, right, and touch and feel and cover my dad's ground with my stuff, okay? With my crystalline lace over top of the gold, okay? So I'm laying crystals over dad's gold. That's what I'm doing, okay? My granddaddy was the earth because he had Dunbar Cave area. He owned all that, right? Dad was the gold. I'm the crystal. We lay in the grid. The war's over. The grid's laid. We've done our work. Okay? My family's done its work. Oh my goodness, it's been so hard too. You know, it's hard work. It's hard work. You know, it's real hard work. And it's hard work for everybody. I know everybody's working hard. Trust me. In the jobs that you're doing, a lot of you don't have a clue why or what, but you're doing it. And thank you. Just keep doing your job. Keep listening to your intuition. You're fixing to get turned on, okay? You're going to get turned on like a switch almost. But there's work you got to do, okay? You got to do some work. You got to look inside. You got to, do some work, okay? That's all I'm going to say. You got to do some work. So I hope this clears up about the data centers, okay? It's going to be a big crystal. And it's going to be planted in Mother Earth. And that's going to allow us to communicate, with the crystal ship up top, what's talked about in all text, ancient text, okay? You see all the artwork in Rome. You see the pyramids, okay? All this is frequencies to keep connection because of God, right? I don't think there's much else to say. I think we just summed it up right there, right? Okay. I love everybody. You need to love everybody. We all need to love everybody, but also protect yourself too as well, okay? We got to stay protected also. This feels good, getting this out of me, okay? I'm getting it out in the open. There'll be more transmissions later. Love you guys. Peace.